Are you, you and I? Are you, you and I? Are you, you and I?
I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Grissle back again for another music video reaction, this time for IU's You&I. I had to look at the name again because I didn't want to screw it up because those are similar names. Reason I'm doing this is because I've been seeing on a couple websites that she's coming out and she's got a comeback coming here in a little bit, so I had never heard of her before, so I figured why not go back and check out some of her stuff. So this is my first time ever hearing or seeing one of her videos, so let's check it out. Turn it up a little. Must have been her in the pictures when she was a kid. Affleck. Time dimension. In a coma or something? Wow, the orchestral sound almost makes it sound like a Disney movie. Man, fucking, excuse my language, my freaking speakers, dude. I need new speakers so bad. I really like those big gears and shit in the background. Just adds to like the story. It takes the the story part into the dance thing. So that's her and him. She's like, is she imagining it? Or? She's really cute. Dude, this like reminds me, for some reason it's like really reminding me of a Disney movie. Just the way the song is and the way the story's playing. And the orchestra sound, I don't know. And it's not a bad thing. I love Disney movies. Plus, she's got a pet friend. On Disney movies, the main character always has a pet for a friend. Hers is the Aflac goose. These parts of the song where she's really able to showcase her voice with no like real music is awesome. Looks kind of look like the TARDIS. Oh, he woke up. I wasn't paying attention there for a second. I was thinking of the TARDIS. Oh, she's gone. That's her with shorter hair. That's him. Oh, there's that goose, but it's a statue. He realizes it's her. Oh, this is just like credits. Alright, here's the breakdown for this this song for me. I went and checked out the lyrics and stuff like that. And the lyrics really got me thinking like that these lyrics were written after the idea of the music video came to be, because the lyrics don't have like a, I don't know, the lyrics just seem to go with the video like very well. They talk about time, they talk about age, they talk about, you know, being with this person in the future and stuff like that. So it really meshed well with the video, so much so that I think, like I said, they had an idea for what they wanted to do for a music video and then wrote the song for the music video, kind of like Disney. And you're gonna hear me talk about Disney a lot in this movie because there were so many Disney-esque things going on in this that it was crazy in a very good way. So but to get back to the song had a very orchestra, you know, feel. I mean, there was just a ton of orchestra in there, which was awesome, and they had the piano and stuff. But then they threw, like, the only thing that I didn't care for too much, I don't know, is they threw like a dance tempo on top of everything, and it wasn't mixed well in there. I don't know. I think if it was just kind of brought down a little bit, like, and hidden more inside the orchestra sound, it wouldn't, because it just seems like literally they threw it on top of everything, and it's like the loudest thing in there. And I don't know. It doesn't make the song bad, but it's just when I was sitting there, you know, really listening to the beat, they made that tempo just too loud, and I wish they wouldn't have. But the rest of the song had, like, you know, very orchestra type feel. It was very good, like I said, Disney-esque. Then her voice was amazing, great through the whole song. My favorite parts though were like when all the background sound and song would cut out, and she'd just be using her voice as, you know, the ultimate instrument, and it was just her voice, and it really stood out. And stuff like that. But the video, when I had to watch it, definitely. You know, I always watch my stuff on breakdowns a lot, But the first time I saw it, I kind of got what was going on. It had to do with, you know, time travel and the guy and stuff and everything like that, and her love for him. But in order to really have everything sink in for me, I had to watch this a bunch. You know, from the beginning, you realize she's at, like, I would guess it's her grandfather's house, because usually whenever a story is like this and you see old pictures of, you know, her as a young girl and him, you know, I would guess it would be her grandfather or her father, who knows, but I would think grandfather. And you could tell by the way his house was, or his workshop was, he was very into time manipulation and clocks and stuff like that. And just like in Disney movies, his workshop was just a huge, sorry for the word, but clusterfuck of everything. But that's how it is, like in Disney movies. Like if you look, whenever there's a workshop, just there's shit upon shit like everywhere. And that's how his workshop was. And I thought that was really cool how they brought that into like into real life. But like I said, as far as the Disney-esque stuff, I mean, they had the guy asleep, like almost like Sleeping Beauty. Wherever she went, her goose friend went, so she had the best friend pet that she was always by her side. You know, she had the workshop, you know, thing like I was just talking about. And if you notice through the whole video, you know, when the song was going on and she was working, or she was doing this, doing that, she was always singing, like in Disney. And like even in Disney movies, I mean, there's little dance breaks and stuff, but you know, during the whole thing, she's singing or doing this or doing that, you know, in a Disney movie. And they just really incorporated all that so well into this. Like, I'm a huge Disney fan. I like Disney movies, and I just think they did this really well in this video. Whole calendar thing, you know, so you could tell, you know, she was really into this dude who was asleep, obviously. And from, like I said, I got this from the actual lyrics from the song, but it was a lot to do with about age, you know. And so I put two and two together, and I figured once she got to a certain age, this guy would wake up, okay? And the cool thing about it was with this calendar thing that she was, you know, counting down right in front of his bed, she was on the last day. She was on the last day. He was gonna wake up the next day, and she couldn't wait anymore. She was so much infatuated with him. She was like, you know, she'd go to that. She was imagining she was on that train, and she was still, you know, imagining, you know, him in the future and them together and stuff like that. And you know, I would gather she had been trying to build this like time machine, which kind of looked like the TARDIS from Doctor Who, which I thought was pretty cool. But she had been building this time machine for a while, you know. So I, you know, imagine she's been building this for a while, and she built it. It took her so long to build it. It took her so long to build it. That it got to the point where by the time she actually took the thing and went to go to the future and be with him, he woke up. You know, and when I first saw the video and I saw him like seeing her in there and then she disappeared and stuff like that, I was wondering why he was crying, because I was just like, why would he cry? You know, why would he cry? Because he wouldn't know who she was. He's been asleep all this time. But then after watching the video over and over, I realized at the very beginning, when you see the pictures of her and her grandfather and stuff like that, like the last two pictures you see is her and her grandfather and him as a young boy, and he's awake. So as a young boy, he probably remembered her. And his whole time, for whatever reason, you know, all kinds of things could have happened in a Disney movie, but for whatever reason, he's been asleep all this time. He could have been like dreaming of her this whole time, and he finally seen her when he woke up, and then she disappeared. So that's what would bring the tears on and stuff like that. But this video did a lot of stuff right, like so many things right. I really like the Disney angle. I like a lot of the little things in this movie, like the, you know, how she had drew the wrist, you know, the watch on his wrist and stuff like that. And then when in the future, when they got back together at the end, and he realized she was she, and she realized he was him. You know, he went to look at his watch, and his watch was upside down like that, you know, on his wrist, like she had drew it. I just thought that was really cool. And what else? Another thing I thought was cool was when she was like building the time machine. You saw her with the tools. She was singing and stuff, you know, singing while she was working and stuff. But you seen her with the tools, and she looked like she knew what she was doing from all the years of watching her grandfather work on like time stuff and time manipulation stuff. So she knew what she was doing, but she still looked uncomfortable with the tools and stuff like that. So I just really thought that was cool that they added that she wasn't this freaking mechanical genius, but she still knew what she was doing, but she just still wasn't comfortable with the tools and stuff like that. And I just really thought that was cool. But altogether, I just thought this was a really cool video, really well done. The song was good. I'll have to listen to the song by itself. I was more amazed by the video than anything right now, but I have to listen to the song by itself to see if I can really dig on it and stuff. But I don't know. Let me know what you thought of this down below in the comments. And if you have any requests, please hit the request box over here. And if you like this video, please hit like and please share, because sharing really helps me out and helps this video out. So I will talk to you guys later. Love you all. Peace.
You have been tuned in with the pulse of K-pop. Grissle brings you the best reactions and breakdowns that YouTube has to offer, as well as live streams and K-pop giveaways. If K-pop is your life, Grissle is your doctor. Subscribe now.